Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is March the 3rd of 2023, and yesterday I had completed my 48-hour fast, water fast. So that was 2 days with nothing to eat, 48 hours. And I continue to go without many of the traditional and also habitual things that I had been going with in the past. And today, I decided to break my temporary fast. And I wanted to do that because I didn't want to break the habit of going for my goal of running or being able to run without any kind of difficulties. And it was quite a challenge to run without any food fuel. In fact, I probably shouldn't have done it yesterday, but or 2 days ago, I should say, during the first 24 hours of fasting, but I did. And during that time, the most I could run was about a half mile before I was completely out of juice. So today I'm feeling really good. I ran 1 3/4 miles, and I did that nonstop. I started with a 1/4 mile warm up and ended with a 1/4 mile warm up. So I only went 2.25 miles, which is not that far, but it is a respectable distance, especially for someone starting out at running and running for 1.75 miles without stopping. I felt like I could have gone further. There were a few variables that kept me from doing so. I have a plan, a trajectory. I was formerly using the Garmin coach, the running coach, to get to my 5K goal. But as you saw on my earlier videos, I already completed that. And so now I'm just basically running whatever I feel like I can run per day on a schedule that puts me beyond the 5K distances. And so for that reason, I wanted to make a quick video that said, I feel great. I feel like fasting and prayer should be a topic of discussion that we can include with our fathers and without hesitation. I feel like any of these words that I'm using that seem to be triggers for some might not be triggers for others. And so as I'm addressing this very public channel, I also want to say that, you know, in the past, I've said a lot of very personal things, and they're about some ongoing situations and progress. I do relate all of this to wealth building and health building, and I do that because I feel like our health is our wealth, and I've been very clear in terms of what I'm trying to build on this channel, and not just on this channel, but for the circumstances that I'm presented with. Recently, I was told that one of my relatives is suffering from some medical ailments, and so I made a video to ask for prayers there. And you know, I don't really hear back from anyone on this channel who watches these videos about those requests. What I hear instead is usually commentary about some sentence they heard or whatever. But overall, I'm telling these videos like I'm talking to, just for an example, anyone with whom I have not been talking with for an extended period of time. And I'm doing that because, you know, there are some ways that we're able to communicate, and apparently there are some ways that we're not able to communicate. But for the people who are watching this video and who are not commenting, I do see the number of views, and so it leads me to believe that there are quite a few people who are watching this who choose not to speak with me or comment or what have you, and that's fine. What it means to me is that I am having a conversation, and maybe what I'm contributing is as much as there is right now, based on our current threshold of who is taking steps in the direction of success. So if you're trying to hang on for dear life and understand what I'm talking about, well, you're not going to be able to do anything other than envy what's happening in the lives of the people who are putting in those steps. And so that's how I felt in the past. I didn't put in my own steps. I didn't actually do the work that I said I was doing. For an example, if I said I was, doing push-ups, but I wasn't really doing push-ups, well, that's it's just an example. If I said I ran 3 miles, but really I was doing intervals where I ran a quarter mile, well, at least I was putting in the steps. You know what I mean? But if I wasn't doing that work at all and claiming some kind of effort that I put in, and griping about the results that I was not seeing, that would be one thing. In this particular case, I continue to put in the steps, the time, the effort, the perseverance, and I do it with quite an amount of joy and gratitude. And I'm grateful for the things that I've been able to, the resources that I've been allowed to use in order to accomplish these things. And I'm also quite forgiving in terms of anyone who thinks that I might have some bad thoughts about them. And I say that because in the grand course of all of these things that have been happening, I have a feeling that the reason why I have plenty of views, not as many shares, and not as much participation on this channel that other channels with similar subscriber bases have, is because I do talk about a lot of personal things, which, again, I believe that that's something that we can do on these pages that are created on this channel called YouTube. So if you do not like that I'm talking about myself, or if you have some type of envy about what it is, that you're seeing, whether it's, the fun music that I try to play, the fun way that I try to talk about the things that I enjoy, and that I try to incorporate those into my daily work, maybe start your own channel. There are ways that you can promote your own likes and talk about your own dislikes that are constructive. For me, this channel has a lot to do with wellness and conservation, and how those two things go hand in hand. Because if we are not well, it's very hard for us to tend to the things around us. So this channel helps us to think about tending to ourselves and tending to the joy, the wealth building opportunities. Again, I was able to run 1.7 miles continuously today without having it on my schedule, without any hesitation, because I did all of the rest of the work that needed to be done. And because I also felt a bit of additional energy that I wanted to put into something. So I put in the extra 1.75 miles for today. And now I pretty much am about to call it a day. I hope that you all are enjoying your weekend. I hope that you enjoyed the last song that I played. It's called Storm Shadow. And as those storms swept across the nation, I thought about the song and the words from the song, and how relevant they are to some of the circumstances we have going on. And I thought, just for a while, I wonder if we all changed our tune. I wonder if we could sing something that would be uplifting enough to get people out of their wheelchairs and dancing, with joy, celebrating with excitement. And And then I thought again, and I was like, well, based on the news that I saw today on the promoted news channels, it might be a difficult endeavor. But hey, what fun is there if there's no challenge to accomplish that which we were set out to accomplish? So until next time, keep hitting those goals, keep hitting those, closing those circles, and that's about it. Peace, love, and all that old school stuff.